How is everybody doing? How is everybody? So, it's one issue that I've been meaning to talk about that has been annoying me a lot in the last few months. If you're using YouTube as much as I'm using YouTube, you would notice the high increase of AI adverts that are supposedly promising people lots of riches and whatever. If you use this AI or that AI, you're going to become very rich. And they even claims that AI can help you to get a job, it can help you do interviews and whatnot. Folks, let's just get something very straight. Artificial intelligence or machine learning or any of those tools are not going to make most people rich. And the people who are even have the expertise to use AI are in a very small minority of people, and they are using them. They are using AI to solve problems, not to become rich. And this claim that AI has this limitless ability to make you rich is just simply false advertising. And it's upsetting for me because of the amount of AI ads that I'm getting on my feed, promising this or promising that. But with that said, I just wanted to make some illustrations in terms of what are some of the uses of AI, practical uses of AI that people are using AI for, and which is going to increasingly be what people are going to be using AI for going forward. And not these false promises of quick riches and all of that, and that you can run this just purely AI based business that's going to make you millions of dollars. Doing what exactly? Doing what? Because businesses who use AI, they use AI to solve a particular problem, and the question is that what is that problem? It's not that AI itself is the end of making you rich. It's really it's basically the same snake oil promises that were being peddled in the past with regards to cryptocurrencies, which I have severally and debunked in my videos in the past. But what I just want to give you a few examples of some of the examples that I know of what people are using AI for. Real uses of AI, very useful uses of AI. For instance, if you have any understanding of chemistry, for instance, I'm just going to use on the fields that are related to what my profession is. There is something in quantum chemistry called this Schrödinger equation, named after a physicist, an Austrian physicist. And this equation is basically a partial differential equation that governs wave functions of a non-relativistic quantum mechanical system. So basically what it does is it's used to just give me a second. It's used to describe the properties of a system, of electrons in a system. More importantly, it is used to solve the question of what is the location of electrons in a particular system. I'm sure you've heard of the concept that an electron is everywhere except where it's not, which is often just a way of scientifically describing the probability of finding an electron in a specified location or in a specified data set. And so then Schrödinger, sorry for the bad pronunciation, came up with this equation to be able to use statistics and mathematics to accurately describe where one can find the electron in a system. But as you can imagine, the amount of computations that have to be done to compute an equation like that is just, until recently, was beyond anything that we're able to handle. And the rise, for instance, of supercomputers has helped, like, scientists and chemists being able to narrow down or to solve equation like this. And now with the advent of AI, chemists now are able to use AI and machine learning to even narrow down further possible solutions of the Schrödinger equation. That's one use of AI that it can be used in a scientific field that is tangentially close to what I do. Another example is that in chemistry again, organic chemistry. If you've done any form of chemistry, you will be aware of things like organic synthesis. And organic synthesis basically is the fundamental process in which new molecules are discovered. And it's used extensively in drug discovery. It's used extensively also in materials, discovery of new materials. There is a lot of research, obviously, that goes into the discovery and formation of new materials. But especially organic materials, you're going to use organic synthesis as a method of predicting what are going to be the properties and the structures of these new materials. And in these particular instances, then AI is used a lot by pharmaceuticals industry in terms of, because if you're looking for a particular drug that is supposed to do a particular function, you would sort of have an idea in terms of what the properties, what would be the organic structure of that molecule would look like. Is stoichemistry, all of those things. And then now what they are doing now is that they are using AI to actually predict what these synthesis pathways might look like. It has actually taken organic synthesis research and taken it 100 years forward. The amount of incredible stuff now that they are able to do in predicting new materials is incredible, just based on the ability to use AI. AI is also used extensively, for instance, in engineering, especially when it comes to process control, process dynamics, process stability, operability of plants under uncertainty or under abnormal conditions, because a lot of this stuff where it's like it's a merging of process control research, process dynamics, simulation, and modeling, things that have to do with what do you want to call it? There is a lot of optimization. Yes, thank you. I was thinking about optimization, which often finds its home in process intensification research. And so when you're looking at all of these things and you're trying to model and predict operability of certain plants and under very, very difficult circumstances. And you're dealing with a lot of data. And whether it could be very dangerous plants like nuclear power plants, or it could be just a normal oil or gas refinery, but you're trying to understand certain parameters of how can a plant be operable under very difficult circumstances and the circumstances where you can't predict. So you're using a lot of statistics to do that, and a lot of data science. And so in order for you to actually be able to predict those sort of conditions, you have to use what they've been using so far actually is supercomputers. They've been using supercomputers because you have to write some code of some sense, and then it has to run its course. And then with the advent of AI, now they're actually able to run these parallel protocols and be able to get solutions to these complicated questions at a shorter time than they would have done in the past. So I mean, I can go to more and more of the uses of AI and machine learning in science and in engineering, which is my field, and especially with regards to researchers, people who are doing PhDs or postdoctoral research, people who are doing industry-based research that is researching in terms of, because a lot of these process industries, for instance, they produce a lot of data that needs to be understood and that needs to be processed, that needs to be useful for operability of chemical plants. And until recently, even in terms of until maybe 15 years ago, before the rise of supercomputers, it was impossible to run these calculations, these computations without a supercomputer. And now with the rise of artificial intelligence and machine learning, we are actually able to run hectic calculations and computations. And also there is a use for AI in computational science or computational engineering, where you're basically using numerical methods for optimization processes. I'm just gonna limit it on the uses on the engineering side. And so you're using a lot of data that is seemingly in different data sets and scattered and seemingly unrelated, and you are trying to first and foremost to linearize it, because you have to linearize data in order for you to be able to actually optimize the system. And so you are doing both sort of optimization and computation of also non-linear systems. And in a situation like that, you also need hectic amounts of computing power, and so both supercomputers and artificial intelligence has been very useful in terms of linearization, optimization, and just a system where you are actually able to run advanced numerical methods, as equations that would have been impossible 15 years ago. Yeah, so that's really where I can just limit my discussion in terms of how artificial intelligence is used. As you can see, obviously it's used also in finance. It's used in the creation of insurance products, in the calculation of risk. I know if I have a friend actually whose company uses artificial intelligence to quantify risk for certain insurance products, and he's based in New York City. I know others who are using artificial intelligence in molecular modeling. I know others who are using artificial intelligence in petroleum engineering, and in modeling of reservoirs and things like that. So there is a lot of applications in which artificial intelligence is being used with in our world. But as you can see, that artificial intelligence is not the end. It's often a tool that is used to solve problems that we've been trying to solve, or problems that we've been solving for the past 50, 100 years. And then artificial intelligence is just another tool in our toolkit that we are now using to actually solve these problems where we need a lot of computation or computing power. Yeah, so really, when someone is running these advertisements that are telling you that if you are able to use AI, you're gonna be rich very quick, those people are lying to you, more likely than not. The question is that why are they not making money from AI themselves? They are not making money from AI. They are making money by telling you Uti, you can make money from AI and selling these courses to you, and that's their actual source of income. Their source of income is for you to come and attend their courses, attend their seminars, where they are telling you how you can become a billionaire by using AI. And the question, if they can become billionaires by using AI, why are they not billionaires themselves? That's really the question is. And so don't be bamboozled by people who are telling you all these fancy get rich quick schemes that you can have by the use of AI. AI is a very important tool that's going to be with us here going forward, that has a lot of uses. I just named a handful of applications in engineering. There are many more other applications that we have of AI, both in engineering and in science, in finance, in insurance, development of products and things like that. And so there are many more other uses that I have not even thought about right now. But AI itself is not the end. AI is a tool that has been used to solve these problems. AI is basically a tool in a toolbox. Yeah. So I just wanted to warn you. You'll see a lot of adverts online, especially on YouTube. It's a lot of it is just basically false advertising. That's what it is. And for me, it is annoying, because when I hear people talking about machine learning, talking about AI, and I consider these people have no idea what they're talking about. These are all just buzzwords. They have no idea what they're talking about. They don't know what it is that they're talking about. They don't know what AI is. They don't know what machine learning is. They don't know what data science is. They don't know. They have no kicking clue what it is. But it's just a buzzword. It's just like how the fourth industrial revolution was a buzzword like maybe 5 years ago, and then the cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology was a buzzword like a couple of years ago. These are the buzzwords that ignorant people who are clueless are going to continue using. Don't mind those people. Continue to live your life, and just forget about all this foolishness. But with all being said, I'll see you on the other side, folks. Cheers.